that we had went and met the dealer. We got the drugs, we bought the stash house, we stashed the drugs, and we took the drugs out the stash, which means we have it on us. We are ready to start selling. All we have to do is open up the phone, go to contacts, scroll to the bottom, and call Z.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the goddamn button.
Everybody subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Go ahead and click that red button right there, and also click that bell for notifications and select all. All right. Yo, it's Games and Graphics. We are back in the building with another GTA 5 mod tutorial for you, and today we're going to be doing an updated video on how to install LS Life on the latest version of GTA 5. All right. Now this one is created by MCal9909. Shout out to the creator. This is one of the most popular drug scripts in the GTA 5 modding community right here. So big major shout out to the creator for LS Life. Yo, now once you get down to this download page, what you always want to do, scroll all the way down and read as much as this as you can. Okay, there's a lot of important information in here. It's Q&As pretty much of all the questions other people have asked, and you also have answers here as well. So I definitely suggest that you read this full description if you're new to LS Life. All right, after you're done reading the full description, come up at the top where it says current and select the green arrow to download. Now let's go ahead and jump into the requirements. We are going to need ScriptHookV, ScriptHookV.net. We will not be installing those two, although I will leave links to videos in the description showing you how to install those if you don't have those already. All right, now there will be some other requirements, and we will be installing those today. One of those other requirements is going to be iFruit add-on 2. Okay, I will leave this link in the description. Make sure you download this as well. All right, and the last one that we are going to need is native UI. Okay, this will be linked down in the description as well. When you get to this page on native UI, you want to go ahead and select the release zip, release.zip. It's going to be 2019 was the last official release for this. 191 is going to be the number of that release. All right, so it's the very top one. You can't miss it. All right, so make sure that you have your native UI downloaded, and you have your iFruit add-on 2 downloaded, as well as your LS Life. Okay, now once you have your requirements installed and you have those 3 downloaded, it should look something like this. On my left hand side, I have 3 downloads: iFruit add-on 2, LS Life. Then I have native UI. When you download native UI, it's going to say release on the folder. Now on the right hand side, I have my GTA 5 directory opened up and ready to go. I have all of my requirements installed. What we are going to need is a scripts folder. If you don't have a scripts folder, go ahead and create a new folder and name it scripts with a capital S. Okay, just name scripts with a capital S. Once that folder is created, open it up. You should have an empty folder like I have. Now let's go over here to our downloads, and we're going to start off with the iFruit add-on 2. Open up the iFruit add-on 2 folder. Inside that folder, you are going to have a file and a text document. We want to take the iFruit add-on 2.dll, drag and drop that over to our new created scripts folder. As you can see, it should be right there in your scripts folder now. Go back over to the downloads, press the back arrow. Let's go to the next folder, which is LS Life. Open up the LS Life folder. We are going to have all these files inside. I'm going to blow them up. I'm going to show you what files we are going to be taking. All right, so take a good look at the files that I have highlighted. We're going to take those 4 files I have highlighted, drag and drop those over here to our scripts folder that we had just created. There we go. Once dragged and dropped, go back over to the downloads, go to the last folder, which is the native UI release folder. Open up that folder. Inside that folder, we want to take both of these files, drag and drop them over here to our scripts folder. There we go. Now we're all done with the installation. We can go ahead and minimize any other windows we might have open and run the game. All right, once you spawn in the game, you should already see yourself spawning in with the duffel bag around you, okay? And that's the first thing that lets you know that everything's working if you're spawning in the game and your character has on a duffel bag, all right? The next thing you want to do is open up the phone. Go to your contacts. Scroll all the way to the bottom by just going upwards. That's going to automatically bring you to the bottom of the context, and you should see a new context that says Z. Once you call Z, you're going to have this menu pop up on the left side of the screen. It's going to say Z at the top. You're going to have the options for dealing other drugs, buy weapons, ask for a lift, pay the debt if you have any, and then you have your options. Inside options, you can move around this menu if you want to. The UI of the menu, you can move that around. It doesn't need to be in the left side. You could put it in the right side or in the middle, or wherever you want to move it and stuff like that. All right, you can move this around and save it right there. So before you can start selling drugs, you need to have drugs first, right? So you want to open up this menu, go to order drugs, select order drugs, and of course you want to have some type of money on you because you will need to buy these drugs in order to sell them. All right, so whatever drugs that you want to get out of these three, you have weed, crack, and cocaine. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and select the weed, and when you select any of these categories, it's going to ask you what amount that you want to get. All right, now you're not going to be able to get any free amount that you want to get because it still depends on how much that the dealer has, which is Z. Okay, Z reloads up on drugs I think every day, I think like once a day, but the dealer, which is Z, he does load up on drugs, and you would want to call him at least every day to check up on the stock that he has. Okay, just in case you need to re-up on your drugs. All right, so this is where you go to purchase your drugs. As you can see, the weed, it has the ounces right there, and it also has at the bottom of there the order of the amount of drugs I want and how much that order was going to cost me. Okay, so for about 13 ounces of weed is going to cost me about $2,340. All right, so once you're done making your order of how much you want to get, just go on down to the order part and select it. Once you select it, then your order is in. You can back out, go down to the next one that you want to make an order of. So I'll go ahead and make a little order of a little bit of everything. So for this one, Z doesn't have too much crack. I can only order 3 ounces of crack from him right now for about $1,200. So I'll go ahead and select that. Every time that you make an order, you have to scroll down to order and select that. Okay, you have to select the order in order to confirm that. All right, so scrolling down to cocaine, I'll pick up a little bit of cocaine also, and to confirm that order, I'm gonna go down to order 2, press the button, and then you will see the order go back to 0. That means that your order has been confirmed. And then after you back out and come to this menu, you want to scroll all the way down and select place order. Once you select place order, you want to make sure you have this cash on hand or the order won't go through. Or you could also push it through and you'll just have to owe the dealer later on, which means you'll have to pay your debt. All right, so let's go ahead and place our order. Our order is going to be a total of $6,140. Once that order has happened, you will get a message at the top of the mini map saying, okay, go meet my people in Howick. They will sort you out. Okay, if you open up the map, you're going to have a GPS, and it's going to be leading to the drug pickup location, and you're going to see a blip of like a box right here. Okay, that's where the drug pickup is going down at. Now, before you head over there, you want to make sure that you have a car, okay, because you're going to need a car, and once you get a car, you're going to need to make that car your drug car. All right, so let me just run down and steal something that's here at the light real quick, just to prove what you gotta do. I'm gonna need this car, buddy. I know. I'm gonna need this. You'll pick it up later from me. I don't know where I'll be at. Hopefully you got a tracker on this. All right. So now that you got a car, what you need to do is make this car your drug car. By making a car your drug car, it's the only way that you can actually purchase drugs from the drug dealer. So you can't put it in your pocket, put it in your duffel bag. You're going to need to have a vehicle and then make that vehicle your drug car. Okay, so in order to make a vehicle your drug car, you got to press N as in Nancy or no on the keyboard. Press N. You'll see a message above the minimap saying that whatever car that you set is now your stash vehicle. Okay, so you need to have a car be your stash vehicle in order for you to pick up the drugs. All right, so let's go ahead and head over there. We're just going to go ahead and teleport. Going up and coming down. Let everything spawn in around us. All right, now on the minimap, I'm heading to the location to make this pickup. All right. This pickup look like it's gonna be down here. Okay, they're more than likely gonna show up in the same truck over here. All right, so as soon as you get close, you'll start to see the people get out of the truck. All right, so take it, we want to walk up to him first, right? And then when you walk up to him, look at the top left of the screen. It's going to tell you to press a certain key to do the deal. And you will see the money being taken out of your account in the top right of the screen. And after you have done that, you should see this green marker right here behind the truck. This is where you pick up your drugs. Just walk over into the marker right there. And look at the top left of the screen. It's going to tell you what button to press to pick up the drugs. All right, and you can hear that you got your drugs. You'll see the people start to get in the truck. All right, and just to make sure that you got the drugs, if you press K as in killer, press K on the keyboard, you will open up a nice little display of all the drugs that you have. Your inventory will pop up on the right side of the screen. So as you can see, it has weed, crack, and coke. I have 13 Z's of weed, and then I have 3 Z's of crack, and I have 2 Z's of coke. All right, ounces. All right, so you cannot sell yet. All right, you can't sell yet. Even though you got the drugs, you can't sell yet. All right, you can go ahead and put it in your trunk as well if you want, but you can't sell the drugs yet. After you have got the drugs from the dealer, what you need to do is make your way to a stash house. All right, you're gonna have a stash house right here. Okay, there's gonna be 2 stash houses. You're gonna have to have money in order to buy these stash houses. Okay, everything takes money to make money. All right, so you're gonna have 2 stash houses down here inside of Los Santos. And just in case you like to be up this way, you know, a lot of people like to play up in the countryside. You do have a stash house up here in Trevor's area where Trevor lives at. Okay, so in order to sell the drugs, you have to go to a stash house, break the drugs down first. All right, so let's go ahead and teleport over to this stash house over here. If you look at the top, if you look at above the mini map, there's a message from Z saying order in. Should come Wednesday at 7 a.m. Okay, so he'll be letting you know periodically throughout the day that he'll be getting orders, and he'll let you know when the new orders has been received, just in case you need to re-up on your drugs. All right, so pay attention to those notifications and make sure you don't run out of drugs. All right, so this is where one of the stash places is going to be at. Let's go ahead and run inside. Now, as you can see, when you get close to the stash spot, you'll see the little marker outside of the stash spot. Don't worry about enabling MP maps. That's not needed. Just walk over into the marker. Look in the top left of the screen. It's going to tell you what button to press to purchase this stash spot. This one is only going to cost us $250. Let's go ahead and purchase it. After you purchase it, then you will have the notification at the top left of the screen to enter into the stash house. Once we are in the stash house, what we want to do is walk over into this green marker right here. Top left of the screen will tell you what button to press to open the stash. Once you're in the stash, you have 2 options, take or stash. Now, since we just bought the drugs and we have to stash it, let's go to stash. Now in here, this is where you stash all of your drugs, okay? You, to pretty much know what drugs are ready to be sold, it's going to be in green, okay? Whatever drugs that are up here are ready to be sold. Whatever drugs that are down here are not, okay? This is what we picked up. We have to stash it first and then pick it up, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and just put all these down right there. And then once you select it, it will automatically be put in the stash. So I'm gonna select the amount I want to stash and then press the button, and then you will see it'll go to 0. That means that everything that you had stashed, whatever amount you choose, is stashed in the stash. There you go. So make sure that you press the button after you set the amount to stash. So when we go up here, then well, this is stash. We have to exit out of the stash and then go into the take category. When you go in the take category, then you will see the drugs that are available for you to take. Okay, so the main idea of this is you buy the drugs, you buy the stash house, you stash the drugs, and then you take the drugs from the stash. That's how it goes. All right, now if you could set the multiplier up to a higher number, that way you could take, you know, a more higher amount of drugs out. I'm just going to take everything with me. There you go. Now, once you set it to a certain amount, you have to press the button. There you go. As you can see, it's been set to 0. You set it to a certain amount to take. Always select that that category, okay? That is going to confirm that drugs have been taken or stashed, all right? So as you can see, all of the drugs are set to 0 grams because I took out all of the amount of drugs that I had in there, all right? You could also stash money inside here as well if you wanted to. I just don't, want to stash any money right now, but you can stash money in here as well, okay? The drug money that you receive. So that way, if you do die or if you get caught by cops, they don't take completely everything. So while you're out here doing your drug dealing, you want to make sure that you at least come by the stash house a couple of times, drop off some money, okay? Because that'd be the last thing you want to get caught with is drugs and money. You don't want to get caught with both, all right? So just make sure that you're stashing your money often throughout the day, all right? Also, let's see, what else is there to cover? Okay, so now that we had went and met the dealer, we got the drugs, we bought the stash house, we stashed the drugs, and we took the drugs out the stash, which means we have it on us. We are ready to start selling. All we have to do is open up the phone, go to contacts, scroll to the bottom, and call Z. Once you call Z, you will have the option to deal, okay? We want to select dealing. Select dealing, and we want to check the boxes for whatever drug that we want to deal. If you don't want to deal a certain drug, just uncheck it. So if I wanted to just sell weed and straight weed by itself, I will uncheck sell crack and uncheck sell cocaine. Now, once you made your changes, go ahead and select start dealing at the bottom. Then you will have, more than likely, you will have somebody that wants to see you. Look at the top left of the screen. You could accept or reject this. If you accept it, then you will see a message above the mini map saying see you there. And it will also let you know how much you're trying to get. And you will have a notification at the bottom of the screen telling you to deliver whatever amount of drugs to whatever location. All right. Now, while you're delivering this, there will be other calls also that you can accept. And all these calls that you accept, they will also be waiting for you to deliver the drugs. So there's 2 ways you can sell drugs. You could deliver the drugs, or you could just stand and sell drugs hand to hand. All right. So for right now, let's go through the delivery. Once you get close to whoever you're delivering the drugs to, the customer will automatically get in your car if you're in a car, or if you're, I think it's only in a car, they will automatically get in the car. Once they get in the car, if the car is not moving, you can sell drugs to the customer in the car. Look at the top left of the screen, it will tell you what button to press. And then you want to select sell that amount of drugs to the person. Now, if you don't have that drug, if the customer gets in the car and you don't have the drug that they're looking for, then you can select the second option, which is see ya. All right. Like, bye-bye. I don't have it. All right. So we're going to sell the drugs we do have. We got to select sell 14 grams of weed. Once you select that, the character will look like they're, making a transaction, and you will see your money being added to your account in the top right of the screen. All right. And you also get a message above the mini map letting you know that you sold whatever amount of drugs, and let you know also how much reputation you have gained from that as well. Now, in order to sell on foot, what we want to do is just chill back, really, I mean, to sell on foot, you're doing the same thing that you would do to make deliveries. You're just waiting for people to just, come to you on foot. And the people will look like blue dots on the screen. Okay. These are your customers right here. Whenever you see these little blue dots, these are your customers. Okay. These are your crackheads. All right. So as you can see, a crackhead just walked up to me. Look in the top left of the screen. It's going to tell you what button to press to sell to this person. Press that button, the menu will open up, select the amount of drugs that they want you to sell to them, and then you'll start to see the transaction. Very simple. All right, now let's go and get into the heat thing. All right, the heat thing, you have a heat sensor thing where if you sell too much, or if other people see you, people will snitch on you, and then eventually your heat will go up in that area and the police will come to arrest you. All right, so at the bottom right of the screen, you see player, and then you see area. Okay, now if I'm in this area and I keep doing hand-to-hand transactions, more than likely somebody's going to snitch on me or call the cops. Okay, so therefore my heat in the area will start to go up. All right, now there's also some player heat as well. Let's go and sell to these people right here. As I'm selling outside on the corner, check out my area heat down at the bottom right of the screen. It's starting to go up just a little bit. As you can see, it's just moving up on its own. Now, the longer that I stay out here and do these hand-to-hand transactions out in public where everybody can see me, the area heat will start to go up. When the area heat reaches max, then police will start to come. All right, so you don't want to do that. All right, so you want to keep your eye on the area heat and the player heat. For me, I like to go to a certain area, I'll sell my little drugs, and before that meter reaches full, I will change locations and go somewhere else. I usually like to sell out of stores in the game, like the clothing store, because that's not on the street. It's actually, you know, inside of a store, more discreet than just being out here on the corners where everybody can see you. So yeah, there is different ways for you to you know, kind of avoid all the heat, you know, from the police and from people snitching and stuff like that on you. Now, I say, like, if you wanted to end your dealing, you don't want to deal anymore, there's two ways you could do that. You could press L as in little on the keyboard. Press L. You'll get a message above the mini map telling you that street dealing cancel. Okay, so if you want to stop selling drugs, you could press L. Or if you want to stop selling drugs, you could also go in your contacts, call Z, go to dealing, and at the bottom it will say stop dealing. Okay, if you're already dealing, if you call in, it'll say stop dealing, and you can stop dealing drugs like that as well. So you have two ways you can stop dealing. All right. Also in the menu, you also have buy weapons. You could buy weapons from your dealer as well, or ask for a lift. Okay. Yeah, this is one hell of a dealer, man. You know, he got everything for you: drugs, guns, and even give you a ride. You know what I mean? So yeah, that is going to cover LS Life. We are on the latest version of the game in 2025. So other people that's talking about it doesn't work, you're not doing something right. Okay, I got to say that out loud to everybody. If this is not working for you, I suggest you reinstall everything. Make sure you're installing everything correctly, and make sure you have all of your requirements, because if it's not working, it is something you are doing wrong. Okay, the script still works perfectly on the latest update. All right, so we're gonna leave it right here. If this helped y'all out to install it to better understand how to use it, feel free to smash that like button for me. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And share the video with y'all friends that are in the modding GTA 5. Y'all, this game's graphics, me and big ballin' ass Frank. We are out of here. Till next time, yo.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.